You've probably seen the buzz, Brad Pitt behind the wheel in the new F1 movie, tearing up the track, high stakes, full throttle racing. But here's what most people don't realize. The same adrenaline, precision, and timing it takes to win in racing is exactly what it takes to win in the market, just a different animal, especially when you're trading hype. In a minute, I'm going to show you a specific chart relating to this movie and how this chart moved 15% prior to and just after the movie opened in here. Stay with me for just a second and note this going forward. Pay attention to these celebrity collabs and these new releases so you can take advantage of some of these moves, very quick, short-dated options. So when a culture movement like this drops, whether it's a blockbuster movie, like I said, or a celebrity co-op, or just a viral trend, stocks have a tendency to pop. We're talking about Ferrari, obviously, the Formula One racing group, even some of the fashion associated with that, even some of the tech companies associated with that, right? They also begin to pop. The attention brings volume. The headlines bring momentum. And if you know how to read the charts, there's real money to be made here. Here's the catch. Hype moves fast. They don't give you time to think. They give you a short window to act. That's exactly why I don't touch these with long-term plays. I'm typically looking short-dated options 3 to 10 days out. When you capitalize on the burst of volatility and you just keep your wrist tight, things can get pretty nice, pretty quick. Just like a race driver knows exactly when to punch it and when to brake, you've got to have the entries and exits and risk management dialed in. We use in Full Throttle Traders both data and technicals just to find the setups that are already heating up before the average trader even notices or even pays attention. And here's the best part. You don't need to be Brad Pitt or have a Ferrari in the garage. You just have the right tools in place and the right guidance. That's exactly what we do every day at Full Throttle Traders. I'm Jeff Yates, and I want you to see how this strategy works in real time, along with a lot of other strategies, not theory. Hit the link in my bio and grab the free 7-day trial. We'll show you how to trade the hype, spot setups, and even drive profits within Full Throttle Traders. Hang tight for just a second. I'm going to walk you through a trade based on the F1 movie. Okay, the chart you're looking at is race. Race is the symbol for Ferrari, and it's gained quite a bit of movement here over the last, since end of 2022, at a low of around 176. It's trading over 500 bucks a share here in the last few days, or right at 500 bucks a share. Let's take a look more specifically related to the movie. This is where the movie launched here. This came out June 27th. It was going to be launched in North America, and it was. You can see going into that day, the gap up. So traders that knew this, and this closed at that high end the day before, many times in a kind of a big blockbuster way, there may be negative that comes out, but you're getting in off the hype, the overnight gap in that movie, and you can trade this into that first day and just kind of scale out into one day. That's why trading 3 to 10 day options work in this, right? You're going to pay a lot less for those options. You have a little bit more, but you can usually get 4 and 5 times the growth. A 60-cent option could be worth $2.40 by the end of the day. So, but here's the key though. If you want to trade that hype, you also got to realize about 4 to 5 days prior, once you start to see the green turn, you jump on board with those 10 to 30 day options out of the money, and look at what happened here. Not just the hype in here you got the preliminary hype here. So this opened up around 453. By the time the day before the movie was 477, on movie day 482, by the end of the day, or that part of that day, was 495. Again, that's why you want to be able to look for these things that are coming. There's always something coming out. This specifically, you got to look to tie that to a stock or an index or something. And this was a no-brainer to look at this and tie this back to the race of the Ferrari movie, because obviously they were racing those style of cars in the movie here. Anyway, I hope this makes sense. As I mentioned before, grab a free trial, come in and learn this and a plethora of other different concepts that we trade in Full Throttle Traders, day in and day out, live in front of you with a lot of other members in there as well, basically following along or trading some of the different setups that we actually talk and navigate through. Looking forward to seeing you in the room. Enjoy the rest of your day.